Ang hirap ng buhay na pinagdaanan ko, ayaw kong madaanan ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Kaya I hope na ang ating bansa umunlad, magkaisa tayo, ipagdasal natin ang ating mga leader dahil walang imposible sa Panginoon pag tayo ay nagdarasal. Nung ako ay naupong senador, hindi ko po talaga kinompromise yung posisyon ko kasi yung commitment ko sa taong bayan, manatiling commitment ko sa kanila habang ako'y pinagkakatiwalaan at nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno.
Masakit lang isipin, Mr. President, na ang programa na para sa mga mahihirap, tapos may mga tao na kumokontra. Kasi pagka maganda yung ginagawa para sa mga mahirap, dahil kalaban ka, kukontrahin ka. Nakakabuti naman sa taong bayan. Pagkakalaban ka, ganun. Kaya walang progreso, walang kaunlaran ang bansa natin dahil after ng administration ng isang leader, pag mapalitan siya, hindi ipagpatuloy yung programa niya na maganda para sa taong bayan. Pagkatapos naman ng isa, yung magandang programa niya, mahinto na naman, ibang programa na naman. Bakit hindi natin suportahan? Kahit na ba, ang isang politiko, ang puso para talaga sa taong bayan o tumulong, kung maganda yung programa, dapat suportahan na lang. Ang problema, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda. Lahat ba yung mga programa ng mga nakaraang leaders ay hindi maganda? Pagdating sa mga mahirap, nasasaktan ako pagka binabati ko yung mga programa para sa kanila. Diyan ako galing sa pagiging mahirap. Yung walang makain sa isang araw. Naranasan ko yun. Kaya ako, anumang narating ko, anumang pera, anong halaga ang nakamtan ko sa buhay, hindi mahalaga para sa akin yan. Ang importante, makatulong ako sa taong bayan, makatulong ako sa kapwa ko. We came to this world naked, and we will depart alone and naked. Wala tayong madalala. Iiwanan natin lahat yan. Ipaglalaban ko ang karapatan ng mga mahirap na tao.
Atin itong bansa, gusto ko po na tayong lahat nagtutulungan para umunlad ang ating bansa, para umasinso ang bawat Pilipino. Mga kababayan ko, mga nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno, magkaisa tayo. Isipin natin na ang mga kababayan natin nagugutom, nahihirapan. Yung iba, walang sariling tahanan, natutulog sa kalye lamang. Tayo, lahat ay pari-parihong tao, may puso na nararamdaman. Naway, bawat isa sa atin, lahat tayo, accountable tayo pagharap natin sa Panginoon. Lagi kong sinasabi, kahit ano pa kayaman mo, kahit ikaw pa pinakasikat sa buong mundo, pag namatay tayo, wala tayong madadala kahit piso. Ang Manny Pacquiao, walang karapatan magyabang kahit kanino. Dahil galing po ako sa hirap. Therefore, ang aking gagawin, tutulungan yung mga kasama kong naiiwan doon sa laylayan. Tutulungan sila. Ang dasal ko palagi sa kanila na umasinso din sila sa buhay at makaahon din, guminhawa sa buhay. Kaya tayong lahat, mga kababayan ko, sama-sama tayo, magkaisa tayo para sa pag-unlad ng ating bansa, tayong lahat magtutulungan.
Palma. Oh. That's unfair, right? Palma, 7 points in the game. To that Delgado makes the shot and knocks it down. Bologna is open. 3-point. Goodness! Face a jumper by Robin Celis. Natalgero has time. Now it's Martin Rosso. Turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness.
And we're still here at the Olivares College Gymnasium, and we give tribute to all our hard-working men and women na nakakabilang dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Today is Labor Day at mabuhay ang manggagawang Pilipino. And we have our statisticians, our guys in the OB van, the production team, and all of them and making this league a success in this 7th season. And to cap things off here, to begin the month of May, we have JP Calvo trying to break through, and his struggles continues dito para sa Paranaque, and they will take on Dennis Santos and the rest of the Cebu Classic. And it's Cebu taking on Paranaque in our main game dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Ken Pangilinan with Coach Mike Perez. And Coach Mike, Paranaque still searching for their very first win, and they're taking on one of the stingiest defenses in the league in Cebu.
I think one of the things that's going to be addressed here for the Paranaque Patriots should be the availability of Dave Moralde. I mean, he's a guy that really would give you shot makes and shot attempts. We'll see how that goes. Samantalang sa kabila naman, tingnan natin kung paano dedepensa nitong Paranaque, yung bilis ng mga gwardya dito sa side ng Cebu. Of course, you've got Daryl Manliguez, you've got Boom Tampos. It's going to be interesting how they figure that out.
And of course, you're watching us live on our official Facebook page and YouTube channel. And also, we're live on Solar Sports, and we're live every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays starting at 6 p.m. And we also have at courtside Miss Sydney Crespo. And Sid, syempre itong Paranaque uhaw sa pagkapanalo. Cebu trying to bounce back. What's the mood of these two teams coming into this matchup?
Hello gentlemen, magandang gabi sa inyo at muli happy Labor Day sa lahat ng ating mga kaliga na nagpapahinga ngayong gabi kasama tayo. At syempre yung goal nila iisa lang yan, no, and that is to improve this season. Alam nyo, dahil Labor Day, tinanong ko yung both coaches, Coach, ano bang ibig sabihin ng hard work for you? And for Coach Voltaire Ora, hard work means effort. At yung effort na yan, kailangan lumabas daw bilang first defensive team dito sa MPBL. Third pa lang daw ang Cebu. Habang si Coach Mike sa gigit naman, para sa kanya, hard work means when they keep showing up. At yan ang nakikita ni Coach Mike sa Paranaque Patriots even after 4 losses. Now I wonder, gentlemen, what hard work means for you.
And of course, I'm working with, again, one of the most hardworking analysts that we have in Coach Mike Perez. And we're all doing a great job in covering this game. Ito, pag-usapan na natin, Coach Mike, itong Cebu Classic. And they've been doing their hard work, particularly on the defensive side of the floor. And that was put to the test against a vaunted offense in the Abra Weavers. And they were much in step for majority of this match. Lumayo yung Abra in the second half, but nakahabol din sila dito. And they were able to make a game out of this one.
Yeah, trailed by 2 at the end of the first quarter. We're still down at the half. Lumaki yung deficit pagdating ng third quarter. They had good shot conversion at 46%, pero pretty much challenged on the glass. They were minus 11 in that department, and they were forced to commit mistakes, to which they really gave up 23 points to Abra, and you can't do that. And a pretty okay scoring in the paint, as they were only a minus 6 against a very strong Abra Weavers team.
And the last game of the Paranaque Patriots was on this same home floor dito po sa Olivares Gymnasium, and that was almost 3 weeks ago, and they took on the Pasay Voyagers. And here, they were in the lead at the half. They were up by 13 points. It was 41-28. But again, yung opensa nila nag-die down in the second half. They were only able to put up 21 points in the last 2 quarters.
Yeah, outscored in the third, and the fourth quarter trailed by as much as 14. J-Boy Solis at 12, Deo Timaho at 11, James Mangas at 10, but that's really all they got. The thing is, when you look at their percentage, maganda naman, 40%, pero yung minus 15 na field goal attempts, I think that's very concerning for the Paranaque Patriots. A decent 3-point makes at 32%, but you give up 13 points on 15 turnovers, and you're a minus 8 when it comes to points in the paints. A lot of work that they gotta do here in this game, and the hope is that Dave Moralde and Kevin Buenaflor coming in would help them a lot in terms of attempts.
Well, the Patriots finally break through. It's time now for the Cebu Classic taking on the Paranaque Patriots. Let's go to Richard Tampos for our starting lineups.
Here at the Olivares Coliseum, maligayang araw na mga manggagawa. Cebu versus your Paranaque Patriots for the 2025 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. Here are the starters. Introducing first, Cebu Classic. At forward number 55, J-Ham, John Hamon. Playing center number 19, Ken Homkivist. Power forward number 10, John Habonete. Point guard number 1, Jeko Bancale. Also at guard number 0, the Aquaman, Paulo Hubalde. Cebu Classic is led by Voltaire Ora. Assistant coaches, Mike Reyes, Eric C., Jun Dause, Marlon Zambrano, Demi Salenga, Joseph Quit, and Ron Clemente. Team manager, Anthony Duarte. And now, for your Paranaque Patriots, point guard number 2, JP Calvo. Also at guard number 12, Jasper Cuevas. At forward number 17, Alvin Capobres. Playing center number 34, Lander Cannon. And at power forward number 41, from Aurenina, Barangay San Dionisio, J-Boy Solis. The head coach is Mike Sagigit. His assistants are Billy De La Cruz, Mark Orias, Franklin Mancho, Stephen Mopera, Tyron Ruiz, and Sikorsky Miguelino.
Starting five brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. For Cebu, starting is the backcourt of Jeco Bancale and Paolo Ubalde. Up front, Ken Hofvis, Jan Amon, and John Habonete. For Paranaque at the guard spots, JP Calvo, Jasper Cuevas. At center, Lander Cannon. At the forward spots, Alvin Capobres and J-Boy Solis. Paranaque winless so far in 4 games. One of 2 remaining teams without a win, along with the Bulacan Cuyas. While the Cebu Classic, they want to catch up against the teams like Muntinlupa who won earlier, and also Mindoro, no, who are now at 4 and 6.
And I guess it's very important for the Paranaque Patriots to finally see a win in their home floor. And napakahalaga niyan, lalo na sa mga supporters nito ng Paranaque who stood by them each step of the way.
Habonete drills in a free to begin the scoring para dito sa Cebu Classic.
And keeping it very simple on that set, finding the open man on the opposite wing on that ball reversal, and going for that 3.
J-Boy Solis loves that spot at the elbow, no good. Home base with the rebound.
Pretty much yan na yung pinanggagalingan ng karamihan ng mga moves nito ni J-Boy Solis, that pinch post action.
Ubalde whips a pass to Habonete. Bancale puts up a free, short rebound by Alvin Capobres. Solis, catch and shoot.
Yeah.
Drills in a free.
And J-Boy Solis has just found that next level of confidence of his. I mean, he understands, I need to score in this version of Paranaque.
Jeco Bancale. Probing, pulls up. Oh, that's all net for Jeco.
And staying in control after that 2-man action, trying to survey where that defense gonna come.
Lander Cannon. Binigay muna kay Alvin Capobres. Putting the moves on against Jan Hamon. Second rebound by Ken Hombes. 5-3 start for Team Cebu. Bancale as Calvo falls down on the floor. Jan Hamon puts up a free. Off target. Jasper Cuevas binigay kay JP Calvo. Against Jeco Bancale. JP draws a foul. Will be against Jeco Bancale, the former Mapua Cardinal.
Jeco got baited into that move by JP. Of course, a veteran in JP would be able to do that, and Bancale's got to learn these stuff. Oh, what a move!
JP Calvo has really struggled here to begin his campaign with Paranaque. But you like him being aggressive early. Hombes facing up. Habonete hit one earlier. Rebound ends up with J-Boy Solis.
So far, itong Paranaque making a good account of themselves on the glass, on the attempts. They're getting decent attempts, volume at least, compared to yung previous game nila against was it Abra ba yung last game nila? That was pretty tough.
Calvo did not have any field goal conversions in their last game against the Pasay Voyagers. 2 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, but 0 of 6 shooting from the field as Coach Mike Sagigit still searching for the right mix here para dito sa Paranaque.
And Bangkale really just got baited into his second foul real quick. And just a challenge to go up against the veteran in JP.
Still a lot of time left. Capobres flips that shot up and in.
Kailangan talaga ng Paranaque na magkaroon ng isang agresibong titira sa kanilang offensive. And it matters a lot because lalo na itong si Coach Mike Sagigit, pretty much an offensive coach who dwells sometime on defense, but you like his offensive sets. Itong si Coach Mike.
Sa poste, Paulo Hubalde tried to power through. Good stand on defense by Paranaque.
One thing that's clear, hindi pinipilit nitong Paranaque ang kanilang fast break. Good setup.
Jasper Cuevas. That one rolls in para dito sa Paranaque.
Everybody just forgot about Jasper Cuevas just camping right there on the weak side 3 on that corner.
8-5. Turnover against Cebu.
So far, this has not been a good start for Jacob Bangkale. Couple of fouls and then this turnover. And about this 3 right there by Cuevas.
8-5 for the Patriots.
Tuwan-tuwa si Tintin yan. Pumasok yung tira ni Jasper.
J-Boy. Cuevas again.
Oh,
Gets it to
wow.
go.
Siguro nagsa-celebrate na ngayon si Christine Magtoto sa sobrang inspirasyon binigay niya dito kay Jasper of those 2 made threes.
11-5. 6-point lead. Holmes off the heel. Another rebound by Alvin Capobres. Calvo pulls up, one-hander. Does not work. Approaching the halfway point of quarter number 1. Mabilis ang aksyon natin. Itong laban ng Cebu at Paranaque. Off the bounce, the pass to Bangkale. Too strong on the 3.
No rhythm so far para dito sa Cebu.
A great attack to the basket by Alvin Capobres, able to fish for a foul. As this 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
And Paranaque has not missed from 3 yet. Solis 1 out of 1. Jasper Cuevas 2 out of 2.
Paulo Castro comes in for JP Calvo. And also, ito si Jesse Saitanan.
That's a big body right there in JC, right there in the middle for the Patriots. And Paulo Castro, another very able scorer for Coach Mike.
Freeing up Capobres. Manligues, forward pass to Jan Hamon. As J-Boy Solis to beat. Capobres with another board, his 4th.
I expect the game to speed up. Nandito na si Daryl. And he is gonna continually push the pace whenever available para dito sa Cebu.
Castro, bounce pass to J-Boy Solis. Face-up jumper, left it short. Rebound by Habonete. Oh, Manligues streaking down the lane. Off the pass, a foul whistled against Paranaque.
Jasper Cuevas is gonna have his work cut out for him. Speed-wise, pwedeng sumabay kay Daryl Manligues, but once he's near the cup, I don't think Jasper has enough strength to try and stop him from going inside. And so if you're Jasper Cuevas, you want to pick up Daryl Manligues real up high so that it delays any momentum going downhill for Manligues.
Tapos dagdag mo pa dyan si Boom Boom Tampos. Saka si Mark Meneses nasa loob na para sa Cebu. So the classic, they have the more athletic lineup now inside the floor, on the floor.
And a couple of really good lefties as well. J-Boy Solis, of course, from Paranaque, and Kaasi for dito sa Cebu.
Buena Flor gives it up to J-Boy Solis. Hand off to Paulo Castro. Cuevas hit 2 threes earlier. Now it's J-Boy, 4 under shot clock.
Gonna take it.
Solis No foul call. McCarthy able to track it down. Nilabas kay Mark Meneses. Little bit out of control but got bailed out by that foul by Paranaque.
Oh, I stand corrected. That was Meneses, not Kaasi. I was mentioning the lefty earlier. And so, you know, Meneses, really good timing pagdating sa mga shot blocking.
Played for Pangasinan last season. And here, one of Cebu's leading rebounders and shot blockers.
To which he was also when he was playing for the Heatwaves last season.
LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Sablay yung pangalawang free throw ni Mark Meneses. Actually, both free throws missed. Cebu, their offense has stalled. Kanina pa sila nakapako sa 5 puntos dito.
Yeah, 22% shooting right now on a 2 of 9 from the field. Has not gone to the free throw line the same way para dito sa the Patriots. Corner option right here off the triangle.
Castro, they go at the post. Saitanan, banging bodies with Lepalam.
Oh, wow, look at that rebound. See that?
Oh, dinakot eh.
Pangklase yun.
Manligues, tinamaan sa mukha ni Jesse Saitanan.
And alam na ni Jesse, hindi siya aabot. Once that first step past him happens, he's gone.
This guy also has to get himself going here. Ito si Ed Dakiwag.
Ayan yun, wala. Kung lumusot yun, iwan na si Saitanan because of the foot speed of Darren.
The drive by Manligues.
Oh, 2 quick ones here for Saitanan.
And both on Manligues. Tried to keep in step with him. Easier said than done. Manligues at the line.
And so this is what we were talking about, the fast combination of players for Cebu. You've got Daryl, now you've got Boom Tampos alongside McCarthy, or even Meneses could run alongside them. But then again, when you swing over to the Patriots, you've got a scorer in Paulo Castro, you've got a scorer in Ed Dakiwag, you've got a shooter in Kevin Buenaflor, and really just enough closeouts that can be generated when these guys start hitting shots from the outside.
No scoring affair so far. Saitanan, free for a free. Bounces out. Boom Tampos. You know, with Cebu, they don't have one guy who's averaging in double figures in terms of scoring. So, wala pa silang go-to guy dito, no? And, you know, the question is always gonna be, where will the offense come from? Galing dito sa Cebu Classic.
Oh, another foul.
Saitanan ulit?
Yeah, Saitanan. That's number 3.
Oh, bigat yan. So Cannon returns, and you know, especially without Carl Brian Cruz for the 2nd consecutive game, medyo butas yung center spot nitong Paranaque.
Yeah, and Lander Cannon as well as Jesse Saitanan would have to fill in that void in the middle.
11-8.
Coach Mike Sagiga has got enough scorers on the floor. You even have James Mangaas in there.
Mangahas. Foul against Paulo Castro.
Yeah.
Offensive foul.
Medyo napaaga yung handoff ni James Mangaas doon as Paulo Castro was trying to come off what's called a Chicago action. Some call it that name, but I call it a side weave. And napaaga yung pasa. And Daryl was right there trying to get in the passing lanes.
Under 2 minutes remaining. Paranaque with a 3-point lead. Campos tried for a 3. Nothing there. Meneses cashes in from the elbow.
And those fouls, early fouls of the Patriots have allowed this comeback for Cebu. Gotta take this. Good shot.
That's a long 2 from Koji Buenaflor.
Oh, wala namang question yan kay Kevin.
Kevin pala.
Talagang ano yan, umi-score talaga yan si Kevin.
1 and done by Cebu.
He is actually one of the top shooters of Muntinlupa
Kevin Peñaflor gives it to James Mangajas. The pass to Paulo Castro, who drives baseline. Kicks it back out to James. Peeks at the clock. 7 seconds on their shot clock. And Takiwag. Entry pass broken up. It ends up with Rashawn McCarthy. Boom Boom Tampos. Pinoy step, but too strong on the reverse. Paulo Castro.
Quick blur. Good shot.
Short. Tampos with another board. Manligues has Takiwag to beat. Oh, able to body him up for the deuce.
That good combination of speed and body strength to finish through contact.
Low-scoring affair as we wind down the first frame. Paranaque protecting a 1-point lead.
And right now, all these scorers that Coach Mike Sagigit has on the floor, may challenge pa rin.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop, personal karaoke speaker, everyday karaoke. Baseline inbound, Deo Timao nasa loob na for the Patriots. Timao coming off the pin down against Daryl Manligues. He'll try to post him up. Cannon creating space. Hook shot is good.
That's just persistence right there by Lander Cannon. Never giving up.
Just able to beat the buzzer. And the Paranaque Patriots holding on to this lead over the Cebu Classic. As you see what transpired here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, and at first we saw really good shooting to start it off. Jasper Cuevas sank a couple of three-pointers from the outside. Before that, Solis knocked one from there too. And then Kevin Peñaflor came in and knocked down his own version. And so pretty much a lot of closeout generators for Coach Mike Sagigit. But so far, you know, this has been a close game.
15-12, Paranaque with a 3-point lead at the end of quarter number 1.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas. 50 tayo, 50 si Emmy, hati mo si Mali.
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Paranaque ahead. But here, on their home floor, they've lost twice already against Ilagan on the 12th of April. On the 15th, talo rin sila against Pasay. And that's their season average in terms of .62. And they posted both those numbers in those home losses against Ilagan and Pasay.
Shot making really has been a challenge early on para dito sa Paranaque Patriots. Who do you go to? Who's your primary scorer? And that identity has not been clearly defined yet. As you have to understand, itong Paranaque Patriots, mabilis ang finorm ito nila Coach Mike Sagigit.
Oh! The rejection from Lander Cannon. Bartel. Shot clock winding down. Another block! Back to back!
Oh, Lander Cannon, man. You hit a hook shot earlier before the end of the first quarter. A couple of blocks to go with it.
Sending that back to the friend zone. Not once, but twice. What a three-pointer knocked down by Cebu.
And Brian Mecca thinking na iwan na no? Pero nakahabol pa rin depensa ni Lander.
Holding foul against Daryl Manligues.
Daryl Manligues. We'll see this move right here.
Dennis Santos picking up from where he left off. That outstanding game against the Abra Weavers. The cross by Takiwag gives it to Timao. Takiwag hesitated.
Yeah, you gotta take it.
It cost him. Sablay yung kanyang tira. Masyadong malakas. Babalik ang bola daw sa panig ng Paranaque. Sa poses sila pupunta. Lander Cannon.
Post-split action.
has the heft advantage over Martel. Tapikan ng bola, babalik kay Lander. Leaning down. And he'll trip to the line for 2 shots.
And it's so far as, the minutes shown here by Lander Cannon, he's been impressive.
Coach Jun Dause, Coach Eric C, Coach Mike Reyes. Lander Cannon suited up for Quezon last season and made the finals. Previously had a stint with Pasig City in seasons 3 and 5. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
Now you've got Dave Moralde here for the Paranaque Patriots. And expect a lot of post-ups and perimeter opportunities for Dave. But he's got to slowly get in the flow of the game because he's been out for quite a while. Oh, a steal, turnover.
Wala yung bola kay Teo Timaho. Manligues gets it to Dennis Santos, asking for a screen from Lepalam. Martel, swing pass, Prail Makeup. Aggressive drive to the baseline, gets his own miss. Lost it. Ball ends up with Paranaque.
He got lost in the land of the Giants.
Moralde did not like what he saw. Resets their offense. Moralde. Steal again by Cebu. They will run. Prail Makeup.
Good skip.
Santos on the other side. That one rolls out. Natapik ni Martel papunta kay Dennis Santos. But a traveling violation against Cebu.
Pero again, babalik ka sa activity nito ni Lander Cannon. Just staying in there and trying to get a defensive rebound to close out that defensive stop. You saw Dave Moralde earlier. Twice he already had the shot, pero he's trying to get in the flow of the game. Let alone, syempre, may off-floor time ka, yung conditioning mo, yung timing mo, that has to be calibrated still for Dave. So he's gonna get in the flow eventually.
And he's not really the type of guy who goes for those kinds of shots. No? He really picks his spots. Very meticulous in terms of running the offense. Point forward din kasi ito si Dave, as we have a timeout requested by Coach Mike Sagigit as they protect a 2-point lead here. It's 17-15.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
These are the next 3 games for Paranaque. On the 6th, they will take on the Bacolod Tubo Slashers. May 10 versus the Batangas City Tanduay Rum Masters. And on the 15th, they will go up against the Muntinlupa Cagers. And for more on that, let's go to Miss Sydney Crespo.
I talked about Coach Mike Sagigit's appreciation for his players who continue to show up. He admits there have been many adversities this season along with a lot of adjustments. So he constantly reminds his players to keep their focus on basketball and treat each game as an opportunity to showcase their talents. Tonight, he says Cebu is a well-balanced team that will give them another good challenge. That's why they need to play smarter because for Coach Mike, their past 4 games were all winnable. What do you think, Ken, Coach Mike?
Oh yeah, obviously. We all know the talent that they have. Sometimes you gotta question, with a team with a lot of able bodies, how they're losing these kinds of games. But as to allude to Sid's report, with Coach Mike having as their coach, he always has that positive mindset.
Right.
And with Coach Mike, alam mo naman he's been there, done that in the collegiate ranks and even here in the pros.
Yeah.
And remember, this Paranaque squad just came off a semifinals appearance in the South Division. Although this is a very different team, but they're still under the same head coach. As we see here, Lander Cannon score plus a foul.
Yeah, and itong si Coach Mike Sagigit, he's one of the purists coaches when it comes to the game of basketball. Not just on the strategy part, even on the soft skills part, meaning, you know, attending to guys, motivating them. And he's just been that kind of coach on all levels. I mean, collegiate and pro, and even here in the MPBL. And when you look at all these banners that's right in front of us, you add to that latest one that they got with UCAL and being the champions. I mean, these banners really speak a lot to who Coach Mike Sagigit has been, and he knows what he's talking about. It's really just a matter of time before these guys start gelling, because after all, katulad na sinabi mo, minadali rin ang pagkaka-form dito sa team na to. And so familiarity, I guess, is gonna be understandably key to the results of Paranaque this season.
A challenge from Paranaque will return after the short break.
The challenge made by Paranaque is successful.
Successful challenge for Coach Mike Sagigit. No foul will be called against J-Boy Solis on this aggressive drive by Daryl Manligues. All ball.
That was all ball, that's right. And then previous to that one, you like how Dave Moraldel actually chased for that loose ball on the other end. And you love to see him with that kind of activity.
Pull up by Manligues. No good. Rebound Dave Moralde. Pangahas will bring the ball down para dito sa Patriots. Cannon. Solis directing. But a steal again by Cebu. Already their 5th one of the ball game. You see Santos almost losing it. JP Martinez.
Good block.
Nasupalpal sa likod. Tapos Dave Moralde in the vicinity.
Iba talaga binibigay ni Dave.
Iba rin yung pasa na yun ni Alan Mangahas. Libre sa loob si J-Boy Solis.
Well, 3 possessions or 3 times already we've seen Dave Moralde play a lot of defense. That chase down on the other end, and that try and steal on one end, and then that block on that shot. Really just good basketball so far defensively for Dave.
Paolo Hubalde against Alan Mangahas. 2 heady point guards going at it. Paolo leaning left. Martinez able to sneak in for the offensive rebound. Head to the line for 2 free throws. This is the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. More game with 1xBet.
Di talaga nawawala yung vision ni Alan Mangahas. He is still one of those guys that's got good vision and good control of the ball.
And at one point, he was the record holder for most assists in a game. And that was broken by a fellow Paranaque Patriot, a former Paranaque Patriot in Philip Manalang, who's now with the Isabela Ilagan Cowboys.
Right. If I recall correctly, I was there when Philip broke that record.
Yeah.
We were the ones covering that game. And, you know, it just speaks a lot on the kind of point guard as well. Itong si Philip Manalang. Dribble handoff from the corner.
Casper Cuevas.
Good read.
Bounce pass inside.
Good
Lander
shot.
Cannon off the glass.
Yeah, perfectly read. 2-man action right there of a corner zoom. And, you know, just Cuevas really came out at the right time of that dribble handoff, waited until that defense started to commit, and found that right space for Landon to catch it, rise and shoot it.
Patriots in front by 7. Cebu calls for time.
Para sa atletang Pilipino.
Para sa kabataang Pilipino.
Para sa kababaihan, para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Para
sa kinabukasan.
At ito po ang MPBL Party List number 77 sa balota.
Our lovely table officials. Of course, our game announcer Richard Tampos. We have Oliver Paterno there, Rodi Barredo. And of course, happy birthday to Mr. Maki, Venezuela.
Happy birthday!
Basta chuper. Ano ba? Basta
Mabait.
driver.
Mabait.
Mabait?
Oo, mabait. Driver ka rin, di ba?
Oo.
Mamaniw ka rin eh.
Mamaniw ka din.
Oo naman. Kaya mabait.
Mabait. Okay. 7 puntos ang lamang ng Paranaque. 23-16. Libreng-libre si Ubalde para sa 3. Left it short though.
Pero tingin ko yung mga tao sa OB-Van alam yung sagot eh.
Oo naman.
Alam mo, pinagkukwentuhan nila.
Entry pass. Lander Cannon has had a superb game so far on both ends of the floor.
Yes.
8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 blocks.
He's a +8 so far in this game. And I mean, just staying in control, that's the important part of it. Grabe yung vision ng Alan mga. You see that setup?
Yeah. Also a great flare screen setup there. Was that Solis or Moralde?
I think that was Moralde.
They will retain possession here.
Moralde, Dave, and Alan were part of that original Muntinlupa team, right?
Yes, yes. That went to finals.
Yeah, that was when Dave became a playing coach, right? Yan ba yun? That
Si
season?
Dave?
I'm not sure.
I can't recall it. But I recall he was a playing coach. I'm not
Right.
sure if it was the first season. I'll have to check that. Manligues behind the back dribble.
And so that's why Jasper Cuevas is there to try and control that speed of Darren Manligues.
Ball stolen away by Paranaque. Mangajas slams on the brakes, pulls it back out. Alas is also in.
They're gonna post him up again. They feel they got advantage here.
Lander Cannon.
So far, he's been winning that matchup. You're fine. Stay the course.
Adlawan going right at Lander Cannon.
And fair enough, because Lander Cannon's been making things difficult for them. Ooh, yeah. Yun yung mga masahing hindi mo gusto.
Adlawan called for that foul.
But both guys are unfazed. And that's important.
Ang gusto mo ngayon kay Lander Cannon, yung mean streak niya ngayon, no? Here in this quarter.
Yeah.
He means business.
Pero mahalaga rin para kay kila Coach Voltaire Ora na itong si Adlawan, stands his ground. You can't just fold up to how Lander Cannon has been playing. You were able to send Jesse Saitanan early into the bench because of foul trouble, and somebody's got to stand up for Lander Cannon.
24-16, a split at the line. Paranaque in the midst of a 7-1 run. Jeco Bancale drives baseline, bounce pass, ends up with Dennis Santos. Same spot, different result, a miss. J-Boy Solis will bring the ball down for the Patriots.
He's gonna seal him right here. Gonna seal him, right.
They feel like they have that advantage down low. Mangajas, pinasa kay J-Boy Solis. Loves
shot.
that spot.
Good shot. And yung pasa rin ni Alan Mangajas, waited for that right moment until that second defender comes in. Basic basketball, 2 on the ball, you gotta let it go and find someone else that's free, which happens to be J-Boy Solis for the Patriots.
Paranaque has scored 10 of the last 11 points. And they've been doing a solid job on defense, holding Cebu to only 16 points.
And the shooting has been really difficult. One more for J-Boy.
Now he attacks, rolls it up. A foul against Cebu. It will be against Bubum Campos. This 3-point shot brought to him extreme. Their one-stop shop appliances.
That's a tough proposal to be blitzing against Alan Mangajas. Because you know he can pass that ball out if you double him.
J-Boy Solis from Camiling Tarlac was the former UCBL most valuable player. And here against Pasay, 12 points, 8 of those coming in the first half. Also had 5 rebounds and 3 assists. Back-to-back impressive outings para kay J-Boy Solis. Bancale gives it up to Santos. Cebu, their offense has really dried up here in quarter number 2. Adlawan pinilit. Able to will that one through.
Been quite a while since the last time we saw a field goal make para dito sa Cebu.
Only 6 points in this quarter for the Cebu Classic. Mangajas.
Oh, good steal.
Adlawan off to the races. Goes up strong. Gets fouled by J-Boy Solis.
Adlawan timed that perfectly well. Understanding that that ball was going to go back to the top side with J-Boy Solis.
Went for the dunk. Ito si Adlawan. One hard foul given up by J-Boy. Nolan Adlawan. Sabla yung una free throw. So that turned out to be a good foul given up by J-Boy.
A little bit of a small ball here for Paranaque. You got Cuevas, you got JP Calvo, you've got Alec Elorde, and then J-Boy Solis together with Alas. And you know, no Lander Cannon so far right here on the floor.
J-Boy yung tumata yung sentro ngayon. Alas.
Kenneth is going to be parang 4, no? Interchangeable naman yung dalawang yan.
Solis being tightly guarded. Calvo back in. Shot clock winding down. Pull-up shot. No.
Wow, what a sky for that rebound.
Solis again. Rebound by Dennis Santos. Under a minute remaining here in the second frame. Bancale puts one up. Layup does not work. Umikot si Campos. J-Boy Solis with his 5th rebound.
Somehow, if you're guarding Boom Tampo,
Calvo
good
putting
kick
on the Jets. Alec Elorde, sablayan. Holding foul against Cebu. They are in penalty.
Now, Alec Elorde had a good line on that beautiful pass.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Adlawan really caught in there trying to second guess where that attack is going to end up. And Jasper Cuevas leaving it up for Lander Cannon.
Swak na swak, may pangalawang free throw.
8 points on a 2 out of 3 shooting. Perfect from the line so far. Those numbers for Jasper Cuevas.
30-19 for Paranaque with 31.9 seconds remaining. Mixer fan of the game, born for greatness. And she's enjoying this game between Cebu and Paranaque. At maayong gabi sa inyong tanan, sa ating mga Bisayang nanonood and supporting the Cebu Classic. Paranaque, maganda yung pinapakita dito in the first half, Coach Mike.
That's right. 30% field goal shooting, a little bit better. But what's impressive though is the volume of attempts that they're getting. They have 33 so far, which is a pretty good number.
Bounce pass. Jasper Cuevas gets blocked by Dennis Santos.
Oh, wow.
Almost got it back.
Now stay in front.
10 seconds remaining. Bangkale.
Good control by Bangkale.
Chance for Cebu to cut this lead. Oh, unsportsmanlike foul against Alec Elorde.
Who's that down on the floor?
Si ano ba? I think it's Habonete.
Yeah, we can't see.
Yes, si Abonete
Yeah, it's
nga.
Abonete nga. See the headband. Well, Alec claims he got held on the jersey side. We'll see. Now, he was trying to prevent a post-up. Oh, there you go.
Huling-huli.
Sa mga kaibigan namin ang tawag dyan, captured.
Oo.
Huli.
And that's a tough break for Paranaque because they had a chance to end the quarter up by double digits. Instead, you give free throws to Abonete. If he hits both of them, the lead cut to 9, and then they still have 6.1 seconds remaining to get a 2 or a 3. So that's a potential 4 or 5 point swing here for the Cebu Classic.
And Abonete, has he gone to the line?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Made his first one. Both he and Jeco Bangkale were part of that team along with Clint Escamis, who gave Mapua its first title in more than 3 decades. 2 for 2. And now, they will trigger it in from the sideline. Chance to trim the gap even further to end the first half. Bangkale. 2-man game between him and Abonete. And that's what I was talking about. That's 4 straight points in a span of 10 seconds for Jan Habonete.
Yeah, and they really just kept attacking that defense on the side of Alec Elorde at that time, creating that switch and that matchup favorable for Cebu.
And we end the first half with Paranaque with a 7-point lead over Cebu, 30-23.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Para sa atlitang Pilipino.
Para sa kabataang Pilipino.
Para sa kababaihan, para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Para sa kinabukasan.
At ito po ang MPBL Party List number 77 sa balota.
Welcome back to the MPBL. My name is Sydney Crespo at maligayang araw na mga manggagawa po sa ating mga kaliga. Relax po muna kayo dyan at samahan nyo kami ngayong game number 3 between Cebu Classic and our home team, Paranaque Patriots. Here at the half, I am joined by 2 gentlemen. We have Assistant Coach Joseph Quit ng Cebu Classic. And of course, we have Sir Ron Monsayak of the MPBL Party List. Coach Joseph, galing kayo sa big game versus Abra at ngayon isang magandang challenge na naman, no, Paranaque Patriots. Paano nyo sila pinaghandaan at ano bang nakita nyo in the first half?
Yung pagkanda namin is nag-practice lang kami at sinusunod namin yung game plan nila coach and tulungan, extra practice and yun lang.
Now, Coach Joseph, I'm sure marami kang gustong batiin, pasalamatan. Sino sila?
Sige. Binabati ko nga pala Abracadabra Toy Collectibles, MJ Zinet, CSAS, Windsor, EGS, Bioderm, Aerospace Venture, Davao Lechon, Boss Peter Kinyahan, Boss Samson Lato, and sa Derby.
Alright, Coach Joseph, thank you so much for your time. Now, let's talk to Sir Ron Monsayak of the MPBL Party List. Sir Ron, I heard that this is your hometown, Paranaque, no? So this is a very special night for you and we have a good-sized crowd here in our venue tonight. Baka pwede mo namang i-share sa kanila, Sir Ron, kung ano ang MPBL Party List, ano ba ang mga ginagawa sa MPBL Party List, pati po sa mga kaliga na nagpapahinga ngayon.
Una-unang isang magandang gabi sa lahat ng mga fans ng MPBL Party List, lalong-lalo na dito sa Paranaque na aking pinagmamalaking hometown kasi ako isang proud Paranaqueño. Well, gusto ko rin bumati ng isang happy Labor Day sa lahat ng mga manggagawang Pilipino. Kayo po, tayo po ang buto at sandigan ng ekonomiya ng Pilipinas. Well, Sydney, ang MPBL Party List talaga, through the guidance of Senator Manny Pacquiao, tayo ay talagang, ang priority natin is grassroots sports development. Dahil naniniwalang MPBL Party List na napakaraming talentadong Pilipino. Bawat barangay, bawat eskwita, marami tayong Pilipino na mga talentado. Pero hindi lang sa mga atleta at saka hindi lang sa basketball. Iba't ibang sports din at iba't ibang mga trabaho tulad mga sports therapists, mga referees, saka statisticians. And then we will provide for more poverty alleviation programs through sports. We will provide more scholarships and training programs.
Napakaganda po talaga ng mga visions ng MPBL Party List. No? Ngayon, Sir Ron, I'm sure marami kang gustong batiin o pasalamatan.
Una-una gusto kong bumati ng maraming salamat kay Senator Manny Pacquiao dahil sa vision mo, yung MPBL, ang dami na bigyang oportunidad, lalong-lalo yung mga homegrown players saka maraming trabaho around MPBL. Boss Manny, maraming salamat and maraming salamat sa lahat ng fans ng MPBL, mga nandito sa Paranaque saka sa mga nanonood dyan sa Facebook, YouTube, saka sa TV. Sa magandang gabi at maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you so much rin, Sir Ron, for your time as always. Ngayon, mga kaliga, huwag po kayong alis, so babalik ang MPBL.
Ang hirap ng buhay na pinagdaanan ko, ayaw kong madaanan ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Kaya I hope na ang ating bansa umunlad, magkaisa tayo, ipagdasal natin ang ating mga leader dahil walang imposible sa Panginoon pag tayo ay nagdarasal. Nung ako ay naupong senador, hindi ko po talaga kinompromise yung posisyon ko kasi yung commitment ko sa taong bayan, manatiling commitment ko sa kanila habang ako'y pinagkakatiwalaan at nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno.
Masakit lang isipin, Mr. President, na ang programa na para sa mga mahihirap, tapos may mga tao na kumokontra. Kasi pagka maganda yung ginagawa para sa mga mahirap, dahil kalaban ka, kukontrahin ka. Nakakabuti naman sa taong bayan. Pagkakalaban ka, ganun. Kaya walang progreso, walang kaunlaran ang bansa natin dahil after ng administration ng isang leader, pag mapalitan siya, hindi ipagpatuloy yung programa niya na maganda para sa taong bayan. Pagkatapos naman ng isa, yung magandang programa niya, mahinto na naman, ibang programa na naman. Bakit hindi natin suportahan? Kahit na ba, ang isang politiko, ang puso para talaga sa taong bayan o tumulong, kung maganda yung programa, dapat suportahan na lang. Ang problema, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda. Lahat ba yung mga programa ng mga nakaraang leaders hindi maganda? Pagdating sa mga mahirap, nasasaktan ako pagka binabati ko yung mga programa para sa kanila. Diyan ako galing sa pagiging mahirap. Yung walang makain sa isang araw. Naranasan ko yun. Kaya ako, anumang narating ko, anumang pera, anong halaga ang nakamtan ko sa buhay, hindi mahalaga para sa akin yan. Ang importante, makatulong ako sa taong bayan, makatulong ako sa kapwa ko. We came to this world naked, and we will depart alone and naked. Wala tayong madalala. Iiwanan natin lahat yan. Ipaglalaban ko ang karapatan ng mga mahirap na tao.
Atin itong bansa, gusto ko po na tayong lahat nagtutulungan para umunlad ang ating bansa, para umasinso ang bawat Pilipino. Mga kababayan ko, mga nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno, magkaisa tayo. Isipin natin na ang mga kababayan natin nagugutom, nahihirapan. Yung iba, walang sariling tahanan, natutulog. sa kanila lamang. Tayo, lahat ay pari-parihong tao, may puso na ramdaman. Naway, bawat isa sa atin, lahat tayo, accountable tayo pagharap natin sa Panginoon. Lagi kong sinasabi, kahit ano pa kayaman mo, kahit ikaw pa pinakasikat sa buong mundo, pag namatay tayo, wala tayong madadala kahit piso. Ang Manny Pacquiao, walang karapatan magyabang kahit kanino. Dahil galing po ako sa hirap. Therefore, ang aking gagawin, tutulungan yung mga kasama kong naiiwan doon sa laylayan. Tutulungan sila. Ang dasal ko palagi sa kanila na umasinso din sila sa buhay at makaahon din guminhawa sa buhay. Kaya tayong lahat, mga kababayan ko, sama-sama tayo, magkaisa tayo para sa tagunlad ng ating bansa, tayong lahat magtutulungan.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Manny Pacquiao. Para sa 100%'ong Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Halftime score po natin, 23 for the Cebu Classic and 30 para dito sa home team, Paranaque Patriots na naghahanap ng kanilang unang panalo. And much like in their game against Pasay where they led by 13 points at the half, dito maganda rin yung pinapakita nila in the first 2 quarters against Cebu.
Agree. And Paranaque so far, I think the good thing about Paranaque is you're getting your attempts. Yan yung naging concern natin from their previous game. And turnovers, points of turnovers, really more on the side of Paranaque, making the most out of the defense that they play. Pero bench points, that's pretty big. 14 versus 2. The only guy who have scored off the bench for Paranaque is Kevin Buenaflor. You don't have anything from Saitanan, you don't have anything from Kenneth, nothing from Alan, nothing from Paulo Castro. And, you know, you gotta have more help on that department. And when you swing over, number one concern, scoring. You see that 30th in terms of scoring itong Paranaque, only 62 points which you alluded to earlier. Pangalawa naman sa itong Cebu at 67 points per game. Third in points allowed, mas better defensively itong Cebu. And if you look at points, rebounds, assists, really more favor for Cebu.
Cebu has John Habonete with 7 points. Actually, 4 of those 7 points came in the last 6.1 seconds of the second quarter, which enabled Cebu to draw closer here. For Paranaque, J-Boy Solis and Lander Cannon each with 9 points. Jasper Cuevas with 8, hit 2 threes earlier. J-Boy Solis and Lander Cannon picking up the slack as they've been missing si Carl Brian Cruz. Coach Louie Alas.
Oh, yeah. Who I saw earlier, and Coach Turo Valenzuela.
Yes.
So big minds when you talk about Philippine basketball. I saw Coach Louie kanina in that tune-up game by Riley and the RTM and basketball family. And we had a little short chit-chat about basketball. And sabi niya, pagdating dito sa mga bata, nagtuturo ka, if you're bata tinuturuan mo, kailangan mahaba ang pasensya mo because winning is not gonna come real quick. And it's something that you gotta build on through, the progress and the fundamentals of the young players.
And those two guys won championships for their respective schools in
That's
different
right.
decades.
That's right.
Sa 90s daw si Coach Turo for San Sebastian with a guy like Romel Aducol.
Ang daming beses kaming pinaiyak ni Coach Turo Valenzuela. That San Sebastian team was something pretty special.
Turnover against Paranaque. Lian Martel, wala. But the putback by Lalis Lepalam. Cebu has scored the last 6 points. They have drawn to within 5. It's 30-25 for Paranaque.
And more importantly, Cebu is playing with a lot of pace, which we kind of expected earlier. We said pace-wise mukhang advantage itong Cebu, and half-court sets should be a favorable situation for Paranaque.
Daryl Manligues tries baseline, kicks it out to Meneses.
Gonna take this.
Martel for free. Off the heel, the rebound ends up with Mark Meneses, who fires from the right wing. That's the 6th rebound of J-Boy Solis.
Oh, man.
And that was an emphatic block from Mark Meneses, one of the leading shot blockers in the league. Timed that beautifully.
And the blocks that we're seeing today, just impressive. Yung mga chase down,
How about J-Boy Solis? That's 3 triples for J-Boy.
More importantly, he's 3 out of 4 from that spot. 75% shooting for the big man from 3.
Great recovery by Paranaque. Lead back up to 10. Tatakbo sila dito. Jasper Cuevas has Manligues behind him. J-Boy! Oh! No, it's an offensive foul.
Man.
That's a gutsy charge drawn by Paulo Hubalde.
There's just a different level of wit for Paulo Hubalde. I mean, he just stood his ground. And clearly, as J-Boy Solis tried to elevate. Yun naman yung timing niya.
But, ooh.
Pretty close.
Yeah. So in front,
He was inside.
Was inside the restricted area.
Inside, that's right.
Interesting that Coach Mike did not challenge it.
And it happened right in front of them.
Paulo Hubalde. Martel.
Should be a travel.
Hubalde swishes in that 3-pointer.
Now we've seen games where Paulo Hubalde actually gets in the rhythm and they start feeling good about themselves. Might this be one of them?
Oh, Capobres, the inside hand layup.
And then so far Capobres has been having his way, trying to dribble, penetrate inside, and no one has stopped him from going inside the paint and attempting for those layups.
Hubalde forcing the issue. Solis with his 7th rebound to go along with his 12 points. J-Boy, no hesitation!
Yeah, one more.
He's heating up at the right time para dito sa Paranaque.
Papaalala lang po natin, ito pong Coliseum na ito, itong gym na to is home to a number of championship games to which J-Boy Solis knocked down shots from that spot on top of the key.
15 points, buoyed by those 4 booming triples. 6.5 to go. Hubalde drives, gets into the body of Lander Cannon.
So far, this is looking like a battle of the lefties between Paulo and J-Boy.
Player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. stretch there by the former San Sebastian Stag.
Yung slip, yung nakatulong din to deceive and create confusion defensively on that coverage by Cebu. And you understand, J-Boy Solis, once he slips and goes to that mid post, he too could be a threat.
2 for 2 at the line. Good size crowd inside the Olivares College Gymnasium.
And why not? Ang lamig dito, ang sarap. Labor Day, walang pasok.
Yeah. I'm happy to have you with us. At nagbibigay pugay po tayo sa lahat ng ating mga manggagawang Pinoy. Mabuhay po kayong lahat. This is for you. Capobres puts the ball on the deck. Jasper Cuevas rejects the ball screen. He attacks. Turnover against Paranaque.
And they knew that Jasper Cuevas going left would be a little bit of challenge trying to finish.
Ubalde. What's one up? No good. Turnover story po natin. Actually, Paranaque has more turnovers. But they are dead even in terms of points of those miscues. 8 apiece.
And a lot of those turnovers, I'd like to think, happened actually in the early quarters, where they were trying to figure out how they were gonna play.
Dennis Santos comes back in. Played limited minutes in the first half. Ito si Dennis Santos. Played 10 minutes. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. First free throw is good for the son of former professional player Danny Capobres. Na hindi ko sure, naglaro yata siya under Coach Louie when he was playing for Manila, no? For Manila Metro Stars in the MBA.
No, I don't recall that. Hindi ko that's pretty far. Oh, I thought that was going to be a handoff.
Paolo Ubalde. Great skip pass. Papunta kay Martel. Nepalam tried to beat the buzzer. It was still in his hands when he put that shot up.
You're up 11 in your Paranaque. You pretty much was able to survive that early run by Cebu. And now it's important to keep in pace with this match.
Jasper Cuevas. Manigas sticking to him like glue. Cannon. Handoff. DHO with Alvin Capobres. Another turnover by Paranaque. They have to be wary of those. Especially with this guy in transition, but can't finish.
He's gonna pull up.
Cuevas, way off. McCarthy may have altered that shot, but that one does not. Kenji Buenaflor with a triple. It's now 44-30, the biggest lead para dito sa Paranaque.
And when you need shooters from outside, pretty much is your man. 2 out of 2 from 3. So that's his first attempt rather from 3. The other one's a perimeter shot.
Supply na naman yung tira doon ng Cebu.
Get one more for Kevin.
Capobres, bounce pass, lander cannon, nilalabas nila muna. Buenaflor.
Ooh.
Almost a steal again. Cuevas. Cannon gets fouled on his way up.
Cuevas actually had 2 options right there. The middle lane drive by Lander Cannon, or a swing to the 45 wing with Kevin also waiting. And you love the movement, the mobility of Paranaque so far in this game. This I feel is the best game where you see a lot of good movement for Paranaque.
Only 25 years old, Lander Cannon, who's now in double figures with 10 points to go along with the 7 boards. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan a QR code and claim your special offer. Sabay nga lang yung pangalawa.
It's really the bench that's got to shore up for para dito sa Paranaque to help out on other scoring. Samantala dito naman sa sa Cebu, your starters gotta start producing.
Under 4 minutes remaining, Lepalam banging bodies with Lander Cannon. Got out of possession.
Oh, wow.
Cannon collects his 8th board. Dave Moralde. Dakiwag has yet to score here. The lift.
Favorite move.
Oh, Dave Moralde, the spin. But the layup does not work.
It's one of his favorite moves, actually. A fake up 3, dribble going middle, spin that side of the floor, back to the inner thirds of the floor for that layup finish.
Dakiwag. This is big if he hits it, but that one was way off the mark.
Iba rin talaga yung binibigay ni Dave Moralde.
On the floor.
Well, look at that. Another Dave Moralde offensive rebound. And these are the things that they're missing from Dave.
Paranaque will reset their offense at the post. Dave Moralde. Cross-court pass. Dakiwag. Open look. Ganun ulit.
Boy.
Man, Ed Dakiwag, his shot has been really off.
Tsaka set shot yun no?
Kyle Mecca, that's his specialty. Cutting back door, but can't finish. Moralde.
But he's got to cut down.
Saitanan. DHO with Buena Flor.
Kita mo kagad si Brian Mecca, inaabangan yung post-up para kay Dakiwag
Dakiwag. That was blocked by si Lepalam,
Yeah. And Brian Mecca is a guard that can actually defend against post players, not because of his strength, but because of his mobility. He's able to get in front and front post-ups, which makes it difficult for a direct pass. Oh, once again.
That one better line from Dakiwag. And that enabled Jesse Saitanan to swoop in and get the putback. And it's been all Paranaque here. Playing with a lot of urgency. Searching for their very first victory. And Jesse Saitanan comes in, coming up huge. 17-point lead for Paranaque.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo, 50 si MB. Kahati mo, si Manny.
Fan of the game brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. And mabuhay po muli ang ating mga manggagawang Pilipino. Commissioner Kenneth Doremdes, Captain Marbel, with Sir Ron Munsayak of the MPBL party list.
I don't think we've seen Boom Tampos back yet, right? He's all 3 from the field. He's seen only about 8 minutes. Empty on 2, empty on 3 attempts.
Homevis tries it free. Short. Nothing working on the side of Cebu. Dakiwag gets it to Alas. Buena Flor, same spot. That one pops out. 2 minutes remaining here. McCarthy lost it. Manligues able to track it down, getting the steal. Libre si McCarthy para sa 3. Wala. Bola mapupunta na dito sa Paranaque.
In certain games for Cebu, when they needed a lot of scoring, the guys that I went to would be John Hamon and Paulo Hubalde. And those two together on the floor alongside Boom Tampos played beautiful basketball. And right now, since you don't have that much production, oh, what a block! That much production from Dennis Santos. might be good to go to those two guys as well. Try and explore if there is something that you can take out of it.
Peña floor. And Paranaque has missed a lot of threes lately. Although there's still 7 out of 21. 33%. Homevis, lista mo na.
And that's the third time that Holmqvist has attempted from outside. He's 1 out of 3.
47-33. Under a minute remaining. Moralde. One-hander does not work. Boom Boom Campos snares that rebound. Maniguez doesn't get the step on Dakiwag. Campos. Swing pass. Santos, no options. Puts it on the deck. Gets past James Mangahas. Lays it up and in. Smooth move from Dennis Santos.
Ganda ng off-leg, quick takeoff right there as you see.
Mangahas able to get that one back with a free.
And James is pretty much a solid shooter from the outside, and you can't leave him alone.
15-point lead. Maniguez.
There you go.
Run to the basket. Not much resistance on the side of Paranaque. Time winding down in the third. James, no. Dakiwag will not beat the buzzer. But Paranaque playing with a lot more urgency here in the third quarter. And Cebu trying to catch up. Highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
Well, it's really more of, yung scoring para dito sa Cebu, which has been a challenge. They scored only, 14 points this third quarter. And you're gonna come back and be better scoring-wise. Good thing that Dennis Santos was able to make that layup latter part. We'll see what happens next here in the fourth.
We head into the fourth quarter. And we see here, Cebu trailing by 13 against Paranaque, 50-37.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. This is the last game of our Thursday triple header this Labor Day. James Mangahas kontra Pasay, 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. The former De La Salle Green Archer playing with his younger brother, Alan Mangahas. Coach Louie Alas. And that's Kiefer, yeah.
Kiefer, right.
And he's playing in the junior MPBL for
Right.
the Antipolo JY Titans.
Right. Well, we saw him also earlier in that tune-up game by Riley's team.
Yeah, he's playing in the 18 under division. And quarter scoring natin, Paranaque outscoring Cebu each and every quarter, 15-12, 15-11, and 20-14.
And the first time any team has actually reached, 20-point output in a frame.
And these are the bottom two in terms of points scored. Cebu at 29th, 30th naman. Itong Paranaque, but the Patriots playing much better offense here. This lead up to 17, 54-37. Mangahas gets it to Deo Timajo. Back to Alan Mangahas. They're joined by Lander Cannon, James Mangahas, and Paulo Castro. Cannon on the right elbow. Mangahas free for free. Pops out. Santos brings the ball down after he got the rebound. He attacks. Lost it.
Didn't have anywhere to go. As soon as he got to that low block, didn't have enough space. Paulo's gonna pull up.
That's a sweet spot. Campos, behind the back dribble, able to elude Deo Timaho. He attacks the Pinoy step, but can't finish.
You can feel the frustration of Cebu right now.
Mangas way off. Knew it as soon as it left his hands. Alan Mangas able to snare the rebound.
Rebound by Alan to his brother.
It's the Alan and James connection. Lead has ballooned to 20.
The brothers are going to work here for the Patriots. James and Alan.
Dennis Santos with Bubong Tampos, Brian Meca, Kem Homevis, and Darren Manligues.
Oh, wow.
Homevis has hit 2 threes in the second half.
I like to believe that play was designed for a flare to Dennis Santos, but Holmqvist pretty solid. At least the last 2 attempts is 2 out of 2 from that spot.
57-40. James Mangajas gets it to Alan. Cross-court pass to Paulo Castro.
One more.
James again, too strong. Did not hit the rim, shot clock violation. And Paulo Castro trying to contest that one. We have the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Specialty of the house yan para kay Paulo Castro. One dribble pull-up off a screen going the right side of the floor. Pretty much he got it counted.
57-40 Paranaque. We have a timeout from Cebu.
Para sa atlitang Pilipino.
Para sa kabataang Pilipino.
Para sa kababaihan, para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Para sa kinabukasan.
At ito po ang MPBL Party List number 77 sa balota.
Our fans in attendance inside the Olivares College Gymnasium in Paranaque City. Sila, camera shy pala. But ito nga, no, ang dami nating mga nanonood dito po sa loob. Celebrating Labor Day with us. Commissioner Kenneth Duremdes, Sir Ron Monsayak. And Paranaque Patriots giving their home crowd something to cheer about. This is a 17-point advantage, but game still not done.
Right. Haba pa nito.
Homevis, the cut by John Hamon.
There you go.
Gets a friendly bounce.
That's the scoring I was mentioning earlier. And you could almost count on John Hamon to never shy away from scoring opportunities.
J-Boy Solis back in. Bringing the ball down. Gives it back to Alan Mangajas. Guarded by Boom Boom Tampos. Alan. Try to create some space. J-Boy Solis challenge. Poor close out by JP. Is it JP Martinez, no?
Right.
This is a game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
One of the few times you see Cebu player go on a catch and shoot. For the most part, a lot of them, when they catch the ball, they really, trying to make another dribble.
Solis. 2 for 2.
Naalala ko to si J-Boy Solis eh. Remember when you guys were covering him and he made that shot from 3-4?
Dito yun.
Oo. Gusto daw niya sumali sa Suzuki.
So ang sinasabi niya, hindi tsamba yung tirang yun. Kumbaga,
Gusto niya
ginagawa niya talaga.
Ginagawa niya talaga. Okay rin yung tiwala sa sarili.
Oo naman.
Kumpiyansa lang.
Mangajas, tightly guarded by Boom Boom. Galing magprotekta ng bola ni Alan.
It's tough to get the ball away from Alan. Lalo na when he dribbles that way.
Tres, galing kay Timaho. Nakuha ni Hamon yung rebound.
And ako, personal observation ko kung bakit mahirap kuhanan ng bola si Alan ng ganun. Ano eh, ang baba ng dribble,
Ang baba.
tapos ang haba pa ng kalamay.
Yes.
It's not easy to poke the ball away from him.
And it's not like he's really shifty. Very basic siya mag-dribble,
Right.
but he's really smart with the basketball. And that's why he's able to protect that and able to create some plays for himself and his teammates. And he will be replaced here by Jasper Cuevas. In comes Alvin Capobres for Deo Timajo.
Ano siya eh, si Alan, bukod sa mababa yung dribble, nakadikit yung dribble niya sa paa. And so, you know, he's pretty much in control.
Tsaka kahit pressurein mo yan,
Wala eh. No,
hindi
wala.
mo mapapabilis yan eh.
Hindi. There you go, that's the shot.
Paulo Castro. Sablay. Bola babalik sa Paranaque. And they're on pace to eclipse their point scoring average of 62 points
Right.
while holding Cebu to only 42. Matapik, papunta kay Boom Boom.
Boom Tampos gotta go to work now.
Now he attacks.
There
Lays
you
it up
go.
and in.
There you go.
That's only his first 2 points of the ball game.
I don't think there's many guards who can match up to the speed of Daryl Manliguez and Boom Tampos. Full length of the floor.
Yeah.
Diba? Both can finish. Both very crafty.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Play on the go speaker. Take your music anywhere. Both of those guys you mentioned from Mindanao to si Tampos from Davao.
Oh man.
Ganda nun, no?
The many times that you've seen that. The many times that you've seen that. Over and over and over again. I mean, when I was still watching as a fan, I saw that play in Valenzuela and you just gotta marvel at it.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice. Your victory, feel more game with 1xBet. Sobrang staple yan eh, no?
Oh.
Nung opensa ni Coach Mike.
That's a triangle offense staple. That's called a backdoor step.
Yes. Tres Ni Santos. Running start for Paulo Castro off the miss. Castro forcing the issue, but able to get it up. Just off the glass and in.
So far, this duo of Patriots in Paulo Castro and J-Boy Solis playing really comfortable at home.
And you don't like the body language being shown right now by Cebu. Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig. Free installation for split type air conditioners. Patriots searching for that elusive victory. They've been winless so far in the first 4 games.
And now that itong Cebu has gone man-on-man, I feel mas komportable para sa Paranaque Patriots because that triangle offense is gonna be flourishing in that kind of defense. I mean, you create all those spaces, everybody's attached to every offensive player. And exactly what you saw right there, the pinch post action involving Paolo and Lander.
LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL.
And eventually, which ends up to that mid-post seal by J-Boy Solis.
65-44. Abonete. Another steal.
And I do agree with you that the body language right now of Cebu, not so good.
Paranaque came into this game as the worst offensive team in the league. But they did it here with their defense, holding Cebu to only 25% shooting. And again, they get a stop. Again, that defense. A counter steal here by Darren Manliguez. Pass to Rashawn McCarthy. Almost traveled. Abonete. One-handed shot does not work.
And it's not like, nakikita natin ganito, medyo the feeling of, frustration, I guess, really setting in for Cebu. But this wasn't the case earlier on, lalo na when they started the third quarter, when it was quick, 6-point run. But the Patriots able to recover with those threes, especially coming from Kevin Buenaflor.
Abonete, sidestep. Gets the basket off that pass from Darren Manligues.
At saka tingin ko mahirap manalo ang Cebu if you're getting only very limited output from your scorers. I mean, Dennis Santos is 5 points on a 2 out of 6 shooting. Tampos is 1 out of 6. That's tough.
Kicks are great move in the game. Born for greatness. We have a challenge by Coach Mike Sagigit. As the call here is Cebu Classic Basketball. We'll pause for a break. We'll be back for the result of this challenge.
The challenge of Paranaque Patriots was unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful challenge by Coach Mike. Here it is. Ngayon pa ba nakatapik? Kung wala na, it was off. Alvin Capobres, I think. 65-46. Cebu came in as the number 3 team in terms of giving up points. So they came into this game giving up below 70 points. Actually, 66.8 points. Paranaque has 65, Coach Mike. But yung opensa naging problema ng Cebu dito.
Oo, totoo yan. I mean, again, going back to the point of scorers not scoring.
Boom Tapos. Perhaps too little, too late.
Actually, may kanya-kanyang run sila eh. Paolo had a good run in the third quarter. Holfquist had a run here in the fourth where he knocked down a couple of three-pointers. Manligues was pretty spotty. Dennis Santos was, later on in the game. But not so much in terms of consistent, flurry of scores that you like to expect from Cebu.
But I think though, Coach Mike, one thing moving forward that they want to address is how they could get guys like Ed Dakiwag and JP Calvo going, because those two guys are an integral part of what they want to do.
I agree.
Santos hitting that three.
Yeah, and when you talk about from that perspective of the Patriots, I mean, you could argue that even Paulo Castro didn't have a good rhythm earlier. Dave Moralde hasn't going that real good, but he's shown a lot of flashes of brilliance defensively and trying to contribute in different ways para dito sa Paranaque Patriots. And it really is just a matter of time that Dave Moralde is gonna come into who he is. He's got 7 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, but he's 0 out of 4 from the field.
This guy has 14 points and 12 rebounds. Lander Cannon. We have a timeout. Paranaque comfortably ahead by 16.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 50 si MB. Kahati mo, si Manny.
Kita nyo naman, si Kuya Pandoy, si Vince, Coach Mike, galing project talaga sa camera. Sanay na sanay.
Naspatan ko na kanina, di ba? Nalito tayo kung nasaan.
Lander Cannon with actually 14 points na yan, 12 rebounds, 6 off the offensive end. 63 seconds remaining, and Cebu, unfortunately, looks like they will drop this assignment. And for Cebu naman, Coach Mike, the defense never in question. They're one of the best defensive teams we have here. But again, we're gonna go back to the point where they don't have that go-to scorer. They don't have anyone averaging in double figures, let alone kung titignan mo yung numbers.
Yeah.
Parang at least 9 points, wala din eh.
They actually got 11 steals, 5 blocks, but they turned the ball over 14 times, to which they gave up 10 points. Para dito sa, 9 points rather, para dito sa Paranaque.
Maligayang kaarawan sa'yo.
Happy birthday. Si Drin, no? Umo-project rin eh.
Si Maki Venezuela.
Oo.
Venezuela.
Maki.
67-52. Si Maki Betarasal ba kailan birthday?
Hindi ko kabisado yung mga birthday pa eh.
35 seconds remaining. And J-Boy Solis puts up a free.
Oh, man.
And that is the exclamation point to this wonderful victory as Paranaque finally breaks through here in the Marliga Pilipinas Basketball League.
And the big man is 5 out of 6 from 3. And you get a big man who's able to facilitate from top. Good ball distribution, good decision making, quick to his decision making. What else can you ask for from a J-Boy Solis? Just wasn't the night for Cebu.
Paranaque Patriots finally get a win at the expense of the Cebu Classic. They fell down twice on their homestand, 0-2. Talo sila sa Ilagan, talo sila sa Pasay, pero dito, nagwagi naman sila laban dito sa Cebu.
Yeah, and the hope is magkaroon ng panibagong run of wins here in this venue, because after all, this is a very important part of Paranaque basketball.
Best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. J-Boy Solis, double-double performance of 21 points, 10 rebounds, hit 5 3-pointers, and he's been an amazing performer for Coach Mike throughout the years. They've been together for quite some time, and here in the pros, he's delivering para dito sa Paranaque. Our final score, 54 for the Cebu Classic, 69 for the Paranaque Patriots. And Paranaque moves up to 1-4 dito sa South Division, while Cebu will drop down to 3-6. And now let's go to Miss Sydney Crespo.
Si J-Boy Solis nga ang unang best player of the game ng Paranaque Patriots this season with a double-double performance. J-Boy, congratulations. After 4 losses, nakuha nyo na ang inyong unang panalo, no? A much-needed win dito pa sa inyong home court. At ang ganda ng pinakita nyo mula first quarter. Gaano ka-importante itong unang panalo na to para sa buong team?
Yun nga po, unang-una, 2 game na kami natalo dito, so kailangan namin bumounce back talaga. Yun, nagpursige lang kami sa practice, pinaghandaan talaga namin para makuha namin itong panalo.
And speaking of that, J-Boy, alam ko na hindi naging madali ang umpisa ng inyong season. No? Masakit yung mga early losses nyo. Ano kaya yung mga natutunan nyo dito sa mga pagkatalo na to na dadalin nyo sa mga susunod pang game?
Ayun, sa mga bawat talo namin, lagi kaming nag-uusap-usap ng mga kasama ko na kahit ganito yung nangyayari sa team namin, yun, binubuhos pa rin namin lahat sa practice. Ayun, nagbunga naman sa ngayon. Sana magtuloy-tuloy na.
At syempre, nakita rin namin ang sakripisyo at hard work mo ngayong gabi. J-Boy, sinong gusto mong batiin at pasalamatan?
Unang-una, nagpapasalamat ako kay Lord at kay Boss Mark Anthony of YM Cargo, sa sponsor namin, Boss, musta? Yun, sa mga taga Paranaque na sumuporta sa amin, maraming salamat sa inyo at sana sa mga darating na games namin dito, supportan nyo pa kami palagi. Siyempre sa family ko, sa mga tropa ko dun sa amin, yung partner ko, yun, sa mga kabataan dito, anong ulam?
Thank you so much and congratulations sa ating best player of the game, J-Boy Solis, brought to us by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Miss Sid. Always a wonderful job on the sidelines. And tomorrow will be at the Robert Estrella Memorial Stadium in Rosales, Pangasinan. First game at 4 p.m. Davao Occidental will take on the Bacolod Tubo Slashers, followed by the One Bataan Risers. They will square off against the red-hot Abra Solid North Weavers. And the main game, that should be a fun one, the Quezon Huskers. They will take on the Pangasinan Heatwaves. And this Labor Day, sila po ang ating main characters, our utility guys, our game officials, our production team, the bouncers. You see them, lagi po sila nandito each and every game day. Talagang nagpapakitang gilas sila dito, showcasing what they have. And maraming salamat sa inyo. This is your day. Happy Labor Day to everyone in attendance. And sa ating lahat ng mga 9 to 5 legends, our certified OT Warriors. Ako po si Ken Pangalinan with Coach Mike Meres, Miss Sydney Crespo. Maraming salamat sa pagtutok sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Binabati ko yung lahat ng mga manggagawang Pilipino. Happy Labor Day po sa lahat. God bless.
Mabuhay mga manggagawang Pilipino. Maraming salamat sa sacrifice nyo para sa bansa natin.
Mabuhay ang manggagawang Pilipino.
Happy Labor Day! Mabuhay mga manggagawang Pilipino.
Happy Labor Day! Mabuhay ang manggagawang Pilipino!
Happy Labor Day! Mabuhay manggagawang Pilipino!
Happy Labor Day po, especially po sa mga manggagawang Pilipino at lalo-lalo na sa bumubuo ng MPBL. God bless po.
Ang hirap ng buhay na pinagdaanan ko, ayaw kong madaanan ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Kaya I hope na ang ating bansa umunlad, magkaisa tayo, ipagdasal natin ang ating mga leader dahil walang imposible sa Panginoon pag tayo ay nagdarasal. Nung ako ay naupong senador, hindi ko po talaga kinompromise yung posisyon ko kasi yung commitment ko sa taong bayan, manatiling commitment ko sa kanila habang ako'y pinagkakatiwalaan at nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno.
Masakit lang isipin, Mr. President, na ang programa na para sa mga mahihirap, tapos may mga tao na kumokontra. Kasi pagka maganda yung ginagawa para sa mga mahihirap, dahil kalaban ka, kukontrahin ka. Nakakabuti naman sa taong bayan. Pagkakalaban ka, ganun. Kaya walang progreso, walang kaunlaran ang bansa natin dahil after ng administrasyon ng isang leader, pag mapalitan siya, hindi pagpatuloy yung programa niya na maganda para sa taong bayan. Pagkatapos naman ng isa, yung magandang programa niya, mahinto na naman, ibang programa na naman. Bakit hindi natin suportahan? Kahit na ba, ang isang politiko, ang puso para talaga sa taong bayan o tumulong, kung maganda yung programa, dapat suportahan na lang. Ang problema, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda. Lahat ba yung mga programa ng mga nakaraang leaders ay hindi maganda? Pagdating sa mga mahihirap, nasasaktan ako pagka binabatikos yung mga programa para sa kanila. Diyan ako galing sa pagiging mahirap. Yung walang makain sa isang araw. Naranasan ko yun. Kaya ako, anumang darating ko, anumang pera, anong halaga ang nakamtan ko sa buhay, hindi mahalaga para sa akin yan. Ang importante, makatulong ako sa taong bayan, makatulong ako sa kapwa ko. We came to this world naked and we will depart alone and naked. Wala tayong madalala. Iiwanan natin lahat yan. Ipaglalaban ko ang karapatan ng mga mahirap na tao.
Atin itong bansa, gusto ko po na tayong lahat nagtutulungan para umunlad ang ating bansa, para umasinso ang bawat Pilipino. Mga kababayan ko, mga nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno, magkaisa tayo. Isipin natin na ang mga kababayan natin nagugutom, nahihirapan. Yung iba, walang sariling tahanan, natutulog sa kanila lamang. Tayo, lahat ay pare-parehong tao, may puso na ramdaman. Naway, bawat isa sa atin, lahat tayo, accountable tayo, pagharap natin sa Panginoon. Lagi kong sinasabi, kahit ano pa kayaman mo, kahit ikaw pa pinakasikat sa buong mundo, pag namatay tayo, wala tayong madadala kahit piso. Ang Manny Pacquiao, walang karapatan maggibang kahit kanino. Dahil galing po ako sa hirap. Therefore, ang aking gagawin, tutulungan yung mga kasama kong naiiwan doon sa laylayan. Tutulungan sila. Ang dasal ko palagi sa kanila na umasinso din sila sa buhay at makaahon din, guminhawa sa buhay. Kaya tayo lahat, mga kababayan ko, sama-sama tayo, magkaisa tayo para sa tagunlad ng ating bansa, tayong lahat magtutulungan.